Hi, and welcome into the Ranch Sitdown. Our guest today, Jaxon Malone.
This is a song I wrote called Rearranged. Looking at the records on my wall, thinking about you and taking it all in. Well, thinking about how ever since you left, been drowning in my sin. Well, it seems like no matter how many times I ask for forgiveness, I still feel bad. Well, it's been 6 months and I'm still drinking. I'm still thinking about you, but it ain't that sad. Anymore. Maybe everything will be alright someday. But some days it feels like ain't nothing gonna change. It leaves me feeling rearranged. Looking at the records on my wall, thinking about how time passes too slow. And you think after 6 months, the memories of you, they just pack up and go. And the alcohol doesn't help at all, 'cause the liquor brings back the way you used to smile. But as much as I'd like to give it all up and start things fresh, well, it'll be a while. 'Cause I ain't me anymore. Maybe everything will be alright someday. But some days it feels like ain't nothing gonna change. Leaves me feeling rearranged.
Good Lord. You're good, man. Holy cow.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Jaxon Malone from Granbury, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Were you a Granbury Pirate?
I was
Yeah.
for a while. I went to high school for 2 years.
Did you?
Yes,
Just got sick of it? Had enough?
Public school, it's not my thing. Yes,
Not your
sir.
thing, huh?
No, sir.
So what are you up to now, man?
Well, I'm homeschooled. I'm a senior now. I graduate
Awesome.
in December, so a semester early,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hopefully get some money saved then, so I can go to Stephenville and study music at Tarleton.
Go to Tarleton?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, my daughter went there. My wife graduated from there.
Really?
I drove by a couple times. It's pretty much
It's a good school
I
from what
love
can see.
Tarleton, man. It's
Yes, sir.
great. And that Stephenville music scene, there's been some big names come out of there for sure.
Yes, sir. I met a lot of guys in Stephenville, and they've really kind of took me under their wing, and they've helped me out a lot. So I've got a lot of respect for that place.
You got some lyrics that are way beyond your years, man. Where does that come from?
Man, I'm not really sure.
That's the best.
I think a lot. I do a lot of thinking. So sometimes it'll come to me quicker than usual. I read sometimes too. I get words from books. But my mom's a teacher, so
oh, cool.
I guess her smart might have rubbed off on
rubbed
me.
off on you a little bit?
Vocabulary wise, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not sure where I get it from. And Dad always says that, like, I ain't lived long enough.
Yeah.
Like all the experiences that I write about, but sometimes I just put myself in others' shoes.
That's the thing. It's like that song you just sang is beyond your years.
Yes,
but I completely believed it.
Really?
Like you sang it like it was your life.
Well, thank you.
And that's unreal. That's a talent, man, to be able to do that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It really is. So you started this music thing pretty young. Do you have problems right now with, because of your age, people not taking you seriously, like, before they hear you sing?
Absolutely.
Because once they hear you sing, they understand it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's more of getting into venues, and because a lot of the times right now I'm the opener for most of what I do, and usually the crowds will see me come up, and it's like, oh, what's this?
The manager's kid is playing. Here we
go.
Yeah,
Right. It's like, oh, they threw this kid a bone,
Right.
But man, not as much as I used to. I like to say I've worked very hard to get where I'm at, and I think that comes with a level of respect from my peers, and so it's kind of it's gotten better. I will say it happens every once in a while. Like I'll get blown off because I'm completely independent, so I'll email, and when I address them as my name, they'll be like, oh, he's just,
you got to make up a fake persona.
I actually do.
Yeah.
For my management.
That's
I'm not managed, so I
just make up your own management
use a
company.
name and write something up all fancy so it looks like somebody older than me typed it.
That's a good plan, man. There's
Yes,
nothing
sir.
wrong with that. So your songwriting, I'm always interested in the songwriting of each artist that we have in here. So what is your routine? How do you do this?
I like to say I play guitar more than I sing.
Okay.
But, so I always start off with something on the guitar first. I'll get a line in my head every once in a while, but man, I've always got something that I'm brewing up on the guitar, and so sometimes I'll be able to hear a melody to it, and then I'll just kind of write a lot on paper, and I won't like try to have any rhythm to it. I'll just write what I've been feeling or what I've been thinking about, and then I'll play with it on the guitar, and I'll kind of like sing some of the words and try to make them make sense. And sometimes they'll come together. Most of the time they come together. So it's like just picking pieces of what I had already written out and putting it together to form something catchy.
Do you have like scraps of paper everywhere with stuff that you write?
Man, I have terrible handwriting.
Notes?
It's on my notes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I type everything because I have horrid handwriting.
Me too.
Yeah,
but
man.
Doctors look at it like, what does this say?
Exactly. Yeah, it looks like those doctor's signatures that you can't read.
They're
You're
writing
like,
with their other hand.
Exactly.
It's
yes,
that
sir.
bad.
Yes, sir.
So, like, you have a really cool sound. How do you describe your sound to people?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
I guess I would just like. I really enjoy a lot of different music. Some of my biggest inspirations are like Canadian folk guys. So I said I was folk for a long time, and then I got a band, and we play pretty.
Didn't sound folk.
No, it did not. It's very rock and roll, man. We kind of get a little heavy with them. So I would just say rock and roll, man. Like folk rock, maybe.
Folk rock.
My songwriting is.
You know, that's a sign of a really cool artist, though, when you can't describe what they are.
Oh.
Like that's always my favorite thing. I am Jaxon Malone. That's what my music is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
where it sounds like you're headed.
For a long time, I would restrict myself to a genre, like, oh, this is what I want to do, so this is what I'm gonna write, you know. But now it's just like, no, I'm just gonna. There will be a group of people out there who appreciate it, and I'll keep writing until I find those people.
You'll find that's the cool thing about being an independent artist in the Texas music scene is that you can do whatever you want. You can do a country album, you can do a rock album, you can do a bluegrass album if you want to. You can make up your own thing.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
and we all accept it. It's cool as long as it's honest and real and you.
Yes, sir.
That's the best thing.
That's
about
what
it.
I love about Texas.
Yeah.
Is everybody's so accepting, especially when it comes to music. It's like, I mean, when I first started, I know I wasn't very good, but
Nobody's great when
nobody's
they first
great
start.
when they
Yeah,
first start.
you got to
Exactly.
practice.
I showed up to open mics, and there's this place in Granbury, very small, called the 817, and that was the very first place I had ever played. Small stage, terrible sound system, and it was just for like 15 minutes.
Were you terrified?
I was terrified. Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure the guitar that I had, like whatever was on the inside, electronics-wise, sounded terrible. And it was an experience, but it got me to where I am because when I first played there, I met some very good people, and they kind of, shot me forward, and they believed in me, and it's cool because people like that are so accepting no matter what you sound like because they see something,
Yeah, there's something there.
Absolutely.
There's something there. Jared Flushy believed in you.
Yes,
He
sir.
talked about you to me.
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Jerry, man.
Yeah,
I love Jerry.
I always every time I see him, like, have you worked with anybody cool yet? And he mentioned your name, and usually he's like, yeah, that's it. Like, okay, cool, whatever, buddy. I understand. He mentioned your name, and like that song y'all did, "If I,"
Yes,
the
sir.
one we've been playing here on the ranch. That's a straight up rock and roll song.
Yes, sir.
It is.
I got a lot of inspiration from like Switchfoot and Deftones. And,
Right. Or Giovanni and the Hired Guns.
I'm opening for them this Thursday.
No kidding.
Yes, sir, in San Angelo, Texas.
Congratulations,
it's
man.
kind of like the warm welcome for Gio.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be kicking that off. Yeah,
That's
we'll be
awesome.
at Blaine's Pub.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A legendary place.
A lot of people are saying that I might be the youngest person to step foot in that place because of how strict they used to be.
Right, yeah.
So who knows? But every time I've tried to get in there by myself, everybody's like, I don't think you're old enough. So I'm like, man.
Just kind of walk
I had
in.
to back door.
Right.
Go through Gio to get in there. So hopefully they'll take his word for it.
That's awesome. So like what was the thing for you, Jaxon, that got you interested in music in the first place?
In 2020, I can recall this because it was like a night and day thing. I watched a Rush documentary with my dad.
Really?
Rush is my favorite band of all time, and I didn't try to copy them or anything. I just saw what they did, and I saw how they did it. Because Rush was never really like the rowdy type. They never really went out and like had the the typical sex, drugs, rock and roll thing. They weren't
They
that
just
band.
went out and played a
They went
solid
out
show.
and exactly. They had a love for music, not what it came with.
Right.
And I saw how they did it, and I told myself that I could do that, or like I wanted to do that, and picked up the guitar during quarantine after watching that documentary, and I guess that's
The rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history.
Yeah, Lacey. Do you remember the first song you wrote?
Yes, sir. I wrote a song for my mom on her 35th birthday.
Wow.
It's called Halfway to 70. It was terrible. It was so bad.
What a terrible name.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it probably wasn't the best thing to say to my mom. But
That's awesome.
yes, sir.
But she was probably proud as all get out.
Oh, she
and
shed a tear.
completely
too,
lied
just
to you.
because-
That was great, son.
I can't tell if she was shedding a tear because it sucked or because she loved me.
He's like, he's got no
Wow.
future.
Yeah. Wow, this kid needs to go back to
Wow.
football.
Right.
Right.
Sure, this is my kid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. So what do you want for your career?
Man, I'll take whatever they give me, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to.
Do you want music to be your full-time career?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. In the future, I know it's gonna come with a lot of work, but yes, sir. I would like for it to at least comfortably support a family,
Right.
me and my family eventually in the future. And being able to be on the road, that's the best feeling to me. It's like traveling because I love to travel and see all sorts of places. So
You're
just
in the
being
right
able to go and
business then,
yes,
yeah.
sir, absolutely, and just being able to go out and play music for people, especially in places that aren't Texas, because it's like, oh man, like people outside of my home know who I am. It's a good feeling. So that's what I want. Definitely, is to be able to support myself and travel and do this for a living.
It's going to be some cool moments when you do that and they've seen you
Absolutely.
for the first time and you see that look on somebody's face like, oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Like it was that way with the first time I heard your music. When I heard I was like, man, there is definitely something here. It's crazy how good you are.
Oh, thank you
At
so
this
much,
young of
man.
an age, you probably piss off a lot of guys, honestly, how good
I've-
you are.
I've met a lot of very good guys, and
Yeah, I saw a video of you in a guy that kind of lives out towards Granbury that came from Stephenville. You were in his house playing guitar with him. Yeah, Co.
Co, yes sir.
Yeah.
Co's a good guy. He was super cool about it. We originally didn't even we went to his house not even to play or anything. We just went to meet him and say hello, and it was more of an inquiry of my dad rather than mine. He just brought me along because he knew I was trying to get a foot in the music deal. But on our way out, my dad was like, "Man, it's like I don't think I'll ever forgive you if you don't go ask him to play."
There's got to be, you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
His garage was about halfway closed, and I was like, "Go!" I was like, "You mind if I play one with you real quick?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, get on in here." And he took some guitars off his wall, and
That's awesome.
we played a "Summertime," an old tune. I don't even know who wrote it. It's a real old one, but that was the first one that came to mind when we got in there, and it was easy enough. And I think my name's been brought up with him a few other times. I haven't met him or seen him since, but yeah, Co's a good guy.
Those are cool moments, aren't
yes,
they?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna remember that forever.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
You absolutely are. So, what's that next big venue you'd like to play in?
Well, Blaine's Pub was on my bucket list.
You're already there now.
But I'm getting there. Man, that's a tough one. I'd probably have to say, I don't know, Billy Bob's maybe.
Billy Bob's
get into Billy Bob's.
There you go.
That'd be a good start. Yes,
sir.
Be
a good day for you. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's being able to say I played at Billy Bob's would be quite the feat, man.
Right.
Yes,
I have
sir.
a feeling you're gonna slow down on opening up for people too, because a lot of these bands don't want really good openers. That's the problem. It makes them look bad.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I wouldn't want somebody
always
better
try
than
to destroy the headliner, Jackson.
go
That's
up
the
there and blow
goal.
'em
Yeah,
out.
just blow them out of the water and walk off and say, "Follow that."
Absolutely.
Just be a cocky, arrogant guy.
Only band I don't think I could ever blow out is the Red Clay Strays. I've seen them live.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever.
I don't think I'd want to open for them.
No.
Be rough, man. That'd be rough. Well, Jackson, how about one more song, sir?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what we're gonna hear.
I wrote this song a couple weeks ago. It's called Pills. I live around a lot of ADHD and stuff like that, and most of my family members are medicated for it, but they say it makes them feel a certain way that they don't really care for, so I wrote about it. I'm sorry for lashing out again. I can never seem to figure out why. 'Cause all these things that blow through, I know you ain't used to, but it makes me worry all the time. And I don't feel any better, but there ain't enough pills they can prescribe. I guess they're trying to fix what may or may not be wrong with me, and it puts hell on my troubled mind. There's a bottle of pills by my bedside. I guess they're trying to fix my head. Living off the throttle, I can't do one more bottle. The next one will kill me dead. It'll kill me dead. the pills by my bedside. I guess they're trying to fix my head. I'm living off the throttle. I can't do one more bottle. The next one will kill me dead. The next one will kill me dead.
Very nice. Jaxon Malone, man, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. I see big things in your future, man.
Thank you so much.
Keep up what you're doing because you are making a difference for sure.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of folks are starting to pay attention to you.
Thank you so much.
Which is, man. I know, the goal.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely is. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.